Hey, my name is Caitlin. I am a fashion reseller on the Depop and Poshmark apps. My Depop is at Traveling Circus VTG and my Poshmark is at KDB. I haven't been to like an actual thrift store in like a hot minute because it makes me nervous to be out and about. Like, first of all, in general, I don't do well out and about in general, which is partially why I ended up working from home, was because I have like really bad, I was agoraphobic for a while. I was having panic attacks every time I left the house. But that's under control, and it just kind of like recently started back up whenever there were like germs everywhere, and it was freaking me the fuck out. And I was like, wow, this is really great right now. But I ended up going over to a friend's house, and then like 2 seconds before I got there, I was like, hey, aren't there some really good thrift stores in your area? And she was like, yeah, we should go. And I was like, yes, we should. And she taught me a few things about like stuff that she finds. She does a lot of like hard goods and jewelry and stuff like that. And I showed her a few of my tips and tricks on things that sell and things that don't sell. And, you know, what is vintage and how can you tell what's vintage and what's not. She already has like a base of information. So yeah, we just like enjoyed each other's company, and she fed me, and she's wonderful. And one of the first things I want to show you, I've got a couple like little bits and bobs, but it's mostly clothing this time finally because it's an actual thrift store. So this is a set of vintage coasters, and all of them are in there. And let's see, we've got a little martini situation, and what is this one? Another martini situation, and some of that, another martini, and another one of these. So I guess maybe it came with 6 originally. That would make sense since they were like 2. Anyway, very cool. Love it. Who is this by? Pimpernel Art for the Table. Very fancy. And then this hat, which is just magnificent. It's great. And I'm sitting that back because this hat is so big, and it's just got these sweet little flowers all over it. And it just like, it's like a little bird's nest on top of a hat. And it's flippin' huge. This bad boy is gigantic. Like this is how big it is. And I love it. And I don't know if somebody would want it as like home decor, or if they would actually want to wear it, but this is vintage and it is handmade. It's a really nice hat. It's got like these little grommets on the inside for like airflow around your head, so that's really nice. And it's so sweet. It's got like little baby's breath in there, and yeah, super cute. So, on to the clothing. Oh, I got so much stuff. Okay. So first we have this. It's a bed jacket, kind of. Is it a house? I'm not sure if it's a house jacket or if it's just like a zip up dress. I don't know if I'm actually going to sell it though, because it's got like some staining around here and it fits me really well. So, but this is a 70s tag most likely, and it's just beautiful and it fits me really well, so I'm gonna wear it. And then this one I'm afraid to even try on because I know it's gonna fit so well. It's this like sweet little pastel situation with these flutter sleeves, and the shape of this is what gets me, because it's like more generous than most maxi dresses. You've just got all of this extra fabric down here, and it makes it really nice and flowy. And it's also got the corseting in the back, which tends to make it more desirable. And then you've got these amazing buttons, these beautiful, beautiful buttons. And they've got like some sort of monogram type design. It's not like an actual monogram. It doesn't have, I don't believe it has anybody's name on it, but it's very, very fancy. And then this, I normally don't pick up modern stuff, but this is 100% silk, and it's got this sweet pleated detail, and it's just super light and airy, and it's got birds on it, and who doesn't love birds? So, and these ruffles are doing really well right now. Everybody loves some good ruffles. This one is by Gracia, and I don't honestly have any experience with this brand, but I think just because of how cute these little birds are, like, it's a done deal, you know? And next is another modern piece that I picked up that I normally would not, but it's great. It's that seersucker gingham fabric, and then it's got these little button details and little daisies, this like lettuce hem, and then just like tiny little bits of lettuce hem ruffle situation up here. This one I got because I know that there are a lot of women who are like really looking for these kinds of patterns right now, these African style patterns. Also, from what I know of these types of dresses, is they're very often handmade, and that appears to be the case here, and I'll show you why. Is because this is the lining. So they attached the lining and then they sewed it together that way, which is not something that a machine, or it's not something that could be done very quickly. And then also the hem here, you can see like the irregularities here. Something like that is definitely a better made item. So, and these dresses are just beautiful. I love the shape of this one. I love all the different colors. I'm super excited to get that one listed. And then we've got this is a great dress. It's got those like really popular peasant sleeves, those like, and then we've got all that lace, and now we are back in vintage land. This is definitely vintage. If it says made in the USA, 99.999% of the time it's going to be vintage, because we don't make anything here now because we have yet to seize the means of production. I'm not a communist, I'm a socialist, just to be clear. This is a set. The top has like these really beautiful shoulders. It's like, it's not too padded, it's just a little bit of padding that makes the shoulder just a little bit more structured, and it's super beautiful on. And it's got the secretary bow, and then the collar is split back here. Like, I just love it. And it comes with, you know, the matching pleated skirt. And this pattern is just so sweet. So this one's very exciting. Next we have I can never help myself with vintage lingerie. I have no self-control at all. So this is very likely from the 70s, just based on this waistline right here. This was not very big in the 80s, and I wouldn't want to put it any earlier than that because of the fabric of this tag is typical more of the 80s. So it would really probably be early 80s. I guess we just had my little dating process that just happened in front of your eyes. And this is also one of those nylon lingerie dresses that are really fancy and huge and just fabulous. I can imagine some goth goddess just, oh, yes, with like some big chunky boots underneath. Done, done, done. And then this is our last little lingerie piece. This is a sweet little coral number that I just loved the embroidery. The color is just magnificent. I love coral. So this one will probably go for, this one is probably going to be like 35. And then these other two, I'll probably price around like 50 or 60 and see how they do for a little bit. Move forward from there. Now I have a couple skirts. This one's fabulous. This box pleat is just so cool. And it's a really unique pattern. And just like this beautiful blue and white and black pattern, I don't know, it's just like the perfect shades. You know what I mean? And I love to pick up these pleated crazy pattern skirts because they do well. Da, 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 da. This is one that I'm really proud of. This is a vintage Victoria's Secret skirt. It is 100% silk, very fancy. And the Victoria's Secret gold label is going to be your vintage Victoria's Secret. So if it's gold, it's old. That was catchy. Y'all should remember that. If it's gold, it's old. Anyway, I don't know. So these are some really cute Bill Blass vintage shorts. Again, we've got that typical kind of interwoven embroidered tag that we find in vintage clothing. And then the other way that you know how denim is vintage is it's going to be 100% cotton and made either in Mexico or the US for most brands that we would have at the time. I don't know, I'm a pastel girl. I really love pastels, even though I feel like they don't look that great on me, but it's okay. I'll get over it. So this is the second time that I've picked up harem pants. That's what these big floofy pants are called. Fabric is just this really nice silky polyester and the pattern's really cool. And the only other pair of harem pants that I've ever picked up sold like that. So I decided to do that again. And it's got like this really nice pleating up here, so it's going to be a little more flattering than the other pair that I had. So these are going to be probably like 45. I think that's fair, maybe 50. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. And then this is handmade by somebody who is not a master seamstress, but I still like picking up handmade stuff. This is a really nice thick elastic top, and then it's got, I need to iron out all these pleats, but it is supposed to be pleated. And just that robin's egg blue, I really love it with the white polka dots. I feel like it's really sweet. And it's like, I mean, it's a pretty big skirt, you know? Like you could do some twirlage in this one, which we love. We love the twirl. And then I picked up this chambray top. I really like to pick up chambrays that have some kind of like cool pattern on them. And this definitely did. Isn't that neat? I just love it. It kind of reminds me of like bees and stuff. You've got like the flowers and the paisleys and stuff. And this grandma sweater, which is so cute. It has watering cans on it, which is fantastic, and like little flowers and junk. These guys do really well. I'll probably start it at like 35 or 40. And then last but certainly not least, we have this knit tank top, which is just super cool and has like those multiple knits. I really like white knit tank tops right now. I feel like they're gonna be doing really well throughout the rest of the summer. And then this is probably 70s or 80s. Whenever you see the fabric content, which is right there, it's 100% acrylic. Whenever you see the fabric content, you know that it is likely from the 80s because they did not put fabric content before then. So, and you'll hear me say that every time, every single time. So yeah, I hope that I was informative and interesting and Let me know what you thought. Leave me a comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Like the video and all that jazz, because it makes me feel good about myself. Bye.